What is up,
All
YouTube?
right. Wow, that was good timing, Matt.
Yeah, see?
You weren't even looking. What is up, YouTube? We are just getting set up and going. I'll make sure I actually start recording us so we actually have that clip, and I think we are good on the tubes.
Are we live?
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know. I'm waiting for the notification. Oh, there we go. I got the phone notification.
Look,
Yay!
can see us.
Where am I hearing this?
Sorry.
Oh,
I literally turned my phone volume off. I clicked the video and it jumped back to half.
I was so confused because I'm like, wait a minute. That's coming through headphones. All right. Are we ready to actually start it going?
Yes, let me confuse you, DJ.
Oh, don't. No, stop. No, stop.
Stop.
All right, here we go. I can't believe you've done this.
You guys want to go back to our first episode and get all our gaming headphones?
Have you gone back and listened to it recently?
Terrible.
It's awful.
So
If you're watching on YouTube, don't do it. Just stay
Save
with
yourself
current.
trouble.
We're much better now, which is sad.
It's not good.
All right, you guys ready to start?
Yes.
I want a yes. You know, it doesn't mean just get
Sure,
quiet.
maybe,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess, probably.
All right, here we
Yes,
go.
sir. Yes, sir.
I don't do the thing.
3, 2, 1. Bill Byron wins the rain-delayed race at the Daytona 500 after taking out all of the competition. Yes, he did. Some of us were there, and we're going to talk about all the ways we are here for the speed. I'm DJ. I'm joined by...
Ross Chastain's biggest fan, Jake.
William Byron's biggest fan, Nate, and
Very sad, Brad Kozlowski. 2025.
What a range of emotions for our drivers that we have had this
I don't
week.
even know why Jake's happy.
Why?
You're trying to wreck.
Yeah, we did all right. We did all right.
Honestly, I saw...
It can't be trying to go for the money if you're not in it, man. You got to be there.
You know... I
very
did.
true.
I did see where he was talking about like, yeah, you know, it sucks, but you know, hey, I went for a move on the white flag to take the win. Like, I can't be
honestly,
that upset.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk into the race recap, but yeah.
Yeah, no. So some of us were there, some of us are still recovering, and some of us avoided everything, and I'm fine.
I think
Kinda
the ones
I
that
missed
that
out.
were there. We're still recovering.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I mean, it is what it is. So, what'd you guys think, Nate? This was your first 500.
first 500. I went to the 400 last August.
Yep.
And that was an experience. But boy, oh boy, is there nothing like the Daytona 500. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The amount of people, the amount of fans, the amount of new timers, the amount of drivers that interact. I feel like it's just, you don't see it in every sport.
I got a question for you. I was telling you before about like the pageantry of it. So like when you're like in those grandstands, or getting ready to do the national anthem, and you can just feel it is so electric. There's nothing else like it.
The hairs on your arm stand up.
Yeah, especially when the Thunderbirds flow
When
over
you
at, like 15 feet.
And I don't know if it's like this all the time, but just seeing them come straight at us, just you see them in all their glory, just coming to fly over you. And then they do it, and it's just like, whoa, this is crazy.
Did you get woken up at like 6 in the morning?
Oh, it's multiple times.
No, I'm specifically with the Thunderbirds.
Yes,
8.
multiple times.
8. Yeah,
They
no.
started their training routine at 8 o'clock.
No,
Their practice routine.
There is, I will say, when we went to the 400, they did that, and it was, I think it was 8 or 7. I don't remember what time. And it was literally one of those things where it's like you're just dead asleep, probably out the night before, hanging out with everybody, doing what you do in the infield, and all of a sudden you just this loud thrust go by, and it's like, all right, I'm awake now.
Yeah, there's no going back to sleep
No,
after that. It's
you're
over.
wide awake.
It's like
What's
you-
funny is the Thunderbirds, they practice for an hour, so there's no shot.
Oh,
there's no
jeez.
shot. Like,
Yeah, because during the 400, they only did like one pass, or
yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that. It wasn't much.
It wasn't even.
And they didn't
it
even-
wasn't the Thunderbirds. It was somebody else.
No, but they weren't even. They didn't end up doing it for the race too, which was weird.
The Thunderbirds practiced for 3 days straight before the 500 for an hour.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Very painful. 8 o'clock in the morning when you go to sleep at 6:30.
I can imagine. Kuzman, what's up? Kuzman's already watching with us. So how you doing, buddy?
And go.
And go.
No, there you go. Sorry.
Oh, I was
I'm
like,
still recovering.
And go.
jeez. All right. So, real quick before we kind of get into any topics, so anything you guys kind of want to talk about being there for, or anything you guys kind of want to like, that was really cool, you thought was great, whatever.
How much can we talk about?
I mean, you can, I don't judge. Okay, that's not true. I kind of do. But no, seriously, whatever.
I mean, it was really wet.
It was beautiful for 3 days.
Yep.
Very wet for 2 days.
Oh,
The saving
And then
grace.
not bad the last 2 days. Oh,
This-
no, it was very
the
cold. It was
very cold.
beautiful, wet, bone-chilling cold. That's how it went. You got 2 days of each.
The saving grace of the rain stopped the Richard Petty experience, so we actually got to sleep.
I mean, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
It worked.
I think that's why everybody stayed out really late on Friday night, because they knew that Richard Petty wasn't going to be running on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Maybe. So for those of you that don't know that are watching us on YouTube, we also have lots of social channels. We're on Instagram, X, we have a TikTok. Am I missing anything, or is that, I think that's pretty much all of them, the main ones, at least. YouTube, obviously. But we did have we posted a video about it being wet at Daytona. And apparently apparently people thought that was great, because all of a sudden, next thing we know, we had a discussion on there about the difference between running in the rain with NASCAR versus running in the rain with Formula One. So Jake, I know you were kind of saying there's a lot more reasons and stuff like that, but I think maybe especially a lot of new NASCAR fans maybe don't fully understand, like, what's the difference.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, like with F1, the car is a lot lighter, so it's a lot easier to stop, right? I mean, the Cup car is, I think, at least 2 times as heavy, maybe 2 and
I think it is
2 1/4. But basically, stock car is 3,400 pounds. They don't have the same grip, they don't have the same suspension, and they definitely don't have the same downforce. Plus, the car is way heavier. So when you're going to run at 200 miles per hour, they just can't do it in the rain. I mean, I think they're just now trying a wet weather package at Bristol. So
Yeah.
the F1 cars a lot lighter, way more downforce, and way big. Even the braking on an F1 car is tremendously better than a Cup car, and it's way heavier. I was close.
You were almost nailed it, almost half.
Close. I was close.
Formula One about 1,800 pounds, and NASCAR is about 32, 33.
Wrong. Cup car Gen 7 is 3,400 pounds.
Whatever. Either way, still twice as heavy.
Yeah. So I mean that's really what it comes down to, and I mean the consistent rate of speed,
Yeah.
and the banking, something Formula One has nothing to do with. I mean, that water rolling off the edge, you can't even like. I'm not going to share that story. Anyways, I will say if it is a little bit moist, you can't even get up the track. You literally
Wasn't there a few years ago where they had? I mean, well, this week we had 2 jet dryers crash into each other,
and the track was almost dry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people understand the banking at Daytona, just how steep that
It's
really
so
is.
oh
extreme.
man.
Because I mean, just walking through the tri-oval is difficult, and that's
18%.
That's nothing compared to the actual corners.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's something you have to consider. I think, like you said, the high rate of speed, and keep in mind, what was it last year's 500 or was it last year's 400 or the prior year's 400, where there was a little bit of mist in turn 1 and took out the whole field.
2 years last year.
2 years.
2 years ago,
2 years ago when Dylan won.
A little bit of mist. It wasn't that much.
It wasn't a lot, and it wiped the whole field out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's the difference too. You're running a slick there. You're not running a rain tire.
True.
You sure Byron wasn't up front?
But even then, I mean, the rain tires, they're just not made for that speed. And if you have, I mean, it wasn't a torrential downpour, but it was not letting up. I mean, Daytona
constant.
got like 3 inches of rain or something like that in 48 hours. It just kept going. Even our campsite, me and Nate walk out Sunday morning, and the grass is 2 inches underwater. The
Jeez.
top of the grass, 2 inches underwater. I mean, it's
And
just
we're both just staring at it like,
no.
we have to take the RV out of here.
Put the tracks on there from the tank and hope you make it.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there's just a bunch of things that just don't. I don't think it'll ever happen.
No, not at super speedways. No. I think you could probably get away with it on, say, like a short track, where you got much lower speeds, and stuff like that. They've already tried it, and it actually did do pretty good. So,
the other major thing is the visibility factor. NASCAR run. What's Formula One? 20-something cars.
He's right there.
So
I think 18,
on
19,
3-4 mile road courses where speeds are slower, NASCAR's running 1.5 miles with double the field.
Well, and something else.
Visibility is going to be non-existent. It's just never going to happen.
Well, look at Coda.
You can be the best guy in the whole world, but if you can't see,
Was it?
I mean, what are you going to do?
What was it? Was it the first race at Coda they
Get a good
did?
spotter.
Oh, you mean that freaking she show, bro?
Yes.
It was terrible.
The first time that we went to Coda, it was pouring, and they went on that backstretch, and nobody. You're doing 160, 170 miles an hour. You can't see anything.
What was the what
don't
was
know.
that race in F1 a handful of years ago?
I
It was
mean-
pouring rain, and they wrecked the entire field.
Oh, I don't.
All
remember
but like
which- yeah.
3-4 cars.
Well, shoot, wasn't it Monaco this year? Monaco this year.
Yeah,
it was
but
raining.
it was a little bit of rain. I'm talking about like a rain with
Rain.
standing water on the track.
But why aren't we talking about it wasn't raining and there were so many wrecks this weekend?
Yeah.
Imagine if they tried to run it in the rain. That's ridiculous.
you imagine
Well,
the truck
they might
series?
have slowed down and not wrecked.
Can you imagine the truck series running in rain? There wouldn't have been a truck cross that line.
We literally
We'd
would.
still be there.
We'd still be there.
Yeah.
Under caution still.
So kind of going.
Red flag.
Red flag.
There we go. There we go. Here we go again. So now this is now 2 of our races that have been affected by rain,
Yeah.
right? So that's 2
Two in a
now.
row.
2 in a row. We
It's
had the
such a
Clash.
bummer off the momentum of full speed.
Off the momentum of full speed, the Clash being the Clash, which I still think overall is still good for the sport. You have the 500 and just all of that momentum, I feel like, just went away.
No,
Well,
don't.
well,
Here's
I
why.
should- that's probably
being
phrased
there, Matt, you had to unfortunately leave because of prior obligations. So me and Nate stayed.
Dude, I caught bronchitis.
Whatever.
It was,
Okay,
it was a
could've
little.
stayed.
It was a little bee problem in his front yard, but whatever.
You could have stayed and got worse in the cold.
wrong. Why didn't you stay and get sicker,
You
Matt?
guys are just me.
No, we know Matt had to leave for work, but it's all good. But so me and Nate stayed, and I really thought because I've been to a 500 on a Monday. I mean, almost to every single Monday ran 500 because it's only been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I know what the crowd normally looks like. It looks even less than like a 400 crowd. I was so shocked. Me and Nate walked out to go to the store, and it was packed. I was like, what is going on here? It is freaking packed.
Super.
And then sure enough, we go in the fan zone. It's packed. I mean, every stage, the garage, I mean, everywhere we went, it was completely packed. I was like, man, we're going to have a great crowd. And then from where we sat, it looked like it was sold out still.
It was
I
pretty
couldn't
good.
tell a difference from where I was.
The only places that I noticed, like just watching it from like TV and stuff like that, was like the very end of the grandstands. Obviously that's going to be the part where.
What would you
there's gonna be less
guesstimate?
people. Like capacity?
I will say it's always 5 to 8% shy of full, even when it's sold out, just because there's a lot of suite and a lot of different hospitality things that you have to
Yeah.
buy a regular seat for. So that end is always a little soft.
I'd say probably 80%.
That's pretty good.
That's what it felt like. I mean, you and me watched it together. What do you think? Probably.
Man,
about,
it straight up looked.
it looked pretty
100%.
full.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd put it closer to 85, almost 90. It looked.
Yeah, I mean,
packed.
there was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think only 5% of people were short.
Yeah.
Because there's always like, especially like the suites, like some of the suites, like if you buy one of the suites, you also get an outdoor ticket. So you always see like Travel Club is always
Super full.
60% full because sometimes people are inside getting food and stuff. So there's always like a little.
Oh
bit,
yeah.
But
No,
It's awesome.
yeah. So I think it was good. The interesting thing to me is for the way the way that NASCAR handled this, I thought was interesting because both of them, they kind of took 2 different approaches to these races, right? So you look at the Clash, right? What was their approach? Hey,
Cancel.
let's just do it early, which to me, I don't know. I don't remember that happening very often, if
Never.
ever. I was to say,
I mean, not in the modern era for sure.
yeah,
Maybe
so
if you go way back when they ran 60 races a year, you could find a
something like
Sunday
that.
feature that moved to Saturday night or
Yeah.
something. But
So they moved that one up, kind of sucks, but hey, probably the right decision because they would have been there forever waiting for all that rain in LA to end. And then here they make the call super early. All right, we're not even going to try to race today. We're postponing it until Monday. And then they postpone it to be honest, they postponed it to 4:00. I know that at the time the Xfinity race was scheduled to run that morning, but you had to know that they were already planning for those contingencies. Personally, I think that was a great idea for them to do like a 4:00 release. Because I think that, you allow people to kind of get through some of their work day, come home, and they were still able to watch the race.
when we were unpacking, Matt, you mentioned that you liked the 4:00 start
Oh, the
time.
4:00 start time was perfect.
It did.
I
work
liked
out.
it a
It
lot.
felt supernatural. Felt really good.
It was fun seeing stage 2 kind of end in the sunset and stage 3
Yeah.
run almost
At
in
night.
mostly darkness.
That's been one of my big gripes for the 500 is it's just hot. Like even if it's like cold temperature and weather, you're baking under that sun for quite a while.
So you know where our seats are.
Right in the sun.
It was really nice to start that race in the shade.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Big
bet.
fan.
It usually does
Big
not
fan.
happen.
Until it got dark. Then I was big cold.
Yeah.
That was the crazy part. It was like we were in the sun because we were in the field for most of the afternoon. You know, that we were there for a while. We were there for like what?
Couple hours.
Yeah, like 2 hours or so. And so it was hot. And I didn't even have a jacket on. I just had a hoodie and a shirt. And boy, oh boy, it got real cold towards the evening, man. I was like, dude,
Always.
I can't feel my toes. And Jake is like, me neither.
Oh my gosh.
No, Xfinity race got down to like mid 40s, dude. It was getting pretty rough there at midnight.
Kuzman even said he loved the 4 o'clock time. So yeah, I think the 4 o'clock thing worked out really good for him.
I hope
I
that
think they
stays.
should look at that in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And it would, like you said, I thought it was cool, the whole time shift thing where like you start the race and it's basically still very much in the middle of the day, and then it ends at night. Like
It pretty
that
much
was
ended
really
at
cool.
what, 8 o'clock, right?
Right.
Yeah, 8. I think.
I'd have to
Man,
say
it's
they're
pretty good
only
time, you know.
It was a good time.
And that's with big, well, it's Daytona, so there's always big wrecks, but that's with big wrecks and all that cleanup they got to do too. So I mean, there was a lot they were having to deal with.
I'd have to say the only reason they don't opt to do that more often is in case they have delays, like rain delays or something like that. They need that 2-hour buffer so the race doesn't go too late.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, let's see. So normally the races run on Sunday. You got to figure they're also factoring in the West Coast and everything into that too. So they got to try to figure out, okay,
That
we
helps
don't want
your West Coast audience. if you
it
push back.
should. It should, yeah. But anyway, so that's I thought that was really good. I thought that NASCAR did as good of a job considering the circumstances as they could have.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have. I mean, when you're stuck with, basically dealing with Mother Nature, what are you going to deal with? Like, what are you going to do?
I think NASCAR deserves, really a round of applause for the way everything was handled last weekend, 2 weeks ago at the Clash, and this weekend. They took an unfortunate situation. In my opinion, this was probably the perfect plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Nate were kind of like, why would they postpone the Xfinity race till after? Like, they have still plenty of time before 4. Like, what's going on? And then we got in the fan zone and kind of saw the energy and saw like how excited everybody was and how much people were going around. And it's like, oh yeah, I get it. This was
Yeah.
cool. It would
You
have been
couldn't
a
throw
bummer
race in
to lose
between.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
They had room to do it, but you would have lost that. And there was too much important, fun stuff happening there to give it away just to force the Xfinity race beforehand, which obviously so many people wanted to see, judging by how big the crowd was after the 500.
Everyone was gone.
I think it was me and Nate and about 98 other people.
Well, nobody wants to just sit there and watch Austin Hill win again.
Oh my gosh, that man, he's built for Daytona.
That car,
I don't know
bro.
what to tell you. That
I
car,
got something for the race review on that section.
The three-peat.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit farther in. So let's move on and talk about the duels. So the duels, that was some fire racing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. Like
Nate's first duels too.
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, this, as much as I think they're trying to make the Clash exciting and everything, the duels, if you're a new NASCAR fan, watch the duels, or at least watch these duels. Because man, like if you can't be a fan after watching that in NASCAR, like I don't know what to help you with.
If I was like brand spanking new and I seen the duels, I would be instantly hooked.
Well, and the thing too is because they're shorter, that's 60 laps, right? So it's shorter, it's a little bit easier to kind of figure out. The rules are a little simpler in that sense because it's just shorter, it's just more compact, more action packed, more stuff going on. So I think that helps a lot. I think that helped a lot. Keep it exciting, making it good there.
I know a lot of people really hate kind of like the fuel saving style of racing that this pack does, but being there and being plugged into the headphones, like, man, I really kind of like it.
It makes a
Their
difference.
strategy is literally through the roof, and no matter what channel you go to, you're getting just detailed information about different strategies that are going on, and then you see a couple of Fords get up in the front, and they can really start saving hard, and then the Chevys, they start talking amongst each other like, hey, we need to create a third line real quick or do something to get past these Chevys or,
Yep.
you know, push them forward and then go down low. And then that way we can force them to use more fuel because we're in a better spot. And it's just so many examples of that.
I think-
and trying to play, you know, trying to play your best game, but then also force them to do things. So, like, being plugged in made it.
I think
It's awesome.
super speedway specifically having a scanner makes the whole
the
thing
ultimate
different.
difference.
It's a huge difference. I think especially if you're new and you don't necessarily know what's going on, that is how you figure it out. So if I'm NASCAR, I know they have ways to rent scanners at the track. I'd be making them things as cheap as I possibly could.
It
Get
definitely
them,
gets you
get
hooked.
them into everybody.
It's,
Yeah.
Get
it's
them into
really nice.
everybody's hands and stuff like that.
But the crazy thing was, I saw a lot of people without.
There is.
a lot.
A lot.
And I'm like, do you not understand? I found out that
I was that guy for a long time.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
remember.
it's a whole different experience. Like,
Even just listening to MRN is so entertaining.
I was spoiled.
Oh yeah, you want to
MRN
have
is
fun and
so
have a good
entertaining.
laugh? Go to MRN.
If
on
you
the
don't,
caution.
if your driver wrecked out or they're just not talking, because a lot of time drivers just don't talk unless they have something to say. You know, they're not just there to.
best dad jokes in NASCAR.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely hilarious.
Under like when they're under commercial break, all they do is just have just awesome one-liner dad jokes back and forth.
We'll talk about food or something silly. It's really funny.
I was spoiled to come into the sport, and you were already hip to the radio thing, and so I got plugged in into going into my first race.
Pun intended. Plug.
Yeah.
Kuzman's asking, do you guys use the app or do we have actual scanners?
We have
actually
actual
scanners.
Yeah, actual radios.
You can use the MRN. You can listen to MRN from the app without having to pay anything. So you can listen to MRN for free on the NASCAR app.
We may start doing that.
Yeah.
Well, we did it once before. We watched the race, muted it, and then listened to MRN. And other than like,
There's like a what?
I want to give Kevin Harvick the chance to save the Fox booth.
yes, Kuzman,
But-
perfect timing. MRN is better than Fox.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Talking about Harvick, I don't know how much you guys got to see and stuff like that, but Harvick in the booth I thought was really good. You could tell he's still kind of trying
I
to
loved
find
it
his
when
bearings.
he did the Xfinity series.
Yeah, he's still trying
and he
to
was
find
great
his,
in the Clash.
yeah, trying to find his bearings, still trying to kind of like maybe I don't know if he was nervous or what, but
I could tell he was a little nervous.
yeah,
I could definitely
it
tell.
felt like a little, but I mean his insight has been amazing. Like the stuff that he'll talk about, like and
when
it's
he
just-
started analyzing the car, the races,
So
the
much
drivers,
better.
he was fine. When he had to do like the intros or the quirks, the transitions, that's where you could tell there was a little bit of
yeah,
hesitation. But Clint was right there to help him out. So
yeah, it was great.
it flowed very nicely. Honestly,
I
Mike Joy
remember-
was quiet.
Exactly
Yeah.
what you're saying is Dale Jr. went through the same thing and become
Yep.
a incredible analyst.
Yeah.
So I no doubt
Give it
he'll
time.
be great.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's your first race doing it is the 500. The most views in the whole league is your first one to commentate on.
Good one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think like I said, I have hope for Fox. I don't have hope for their app, but I have hope for the broadcast.
Listen, I didn't even want to risk it yesterday.
I don't even have vote.
I
for
did
them.
a free trial on a TV.
Which one?
program.
Which one did you use?
Fubo.
So did I. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I literally went to go I had it on my laptop and I literally was like, okay, because I was at work, had it up on my laptop, and then I was like, okay, cool. Go to the phone, pull up the app, go to log in. Cannot load. Try again. Okay, try again. Cannot load. Try again. And I'm like, oh, so Fox, here we go.
Get it
It's
outta
the same
here.
thing.
It
So-
worked. Okay.
We didn't have any.
Fubo,
We didn't have
Get
any.
it out of
We
here.
didn't have any problems yesterday, did we?
That's true.
I heard it was cold.
I mean, Xfinity race.
Listen,
That's
I was
different.
watching.
Different.
I was
We
eating
had
a bowl
spicy
of
jer-
chili.
we had
sitting on my
spiky-
couch watching the race. It was
You
great.
want to talk about a messed up feeling? I'm eating
We
there,
had spicy jerky.
habanero
you
jerky,
were.
sweating, but then my feet are completely frozen numb. I was like, I don't know what to do.
My ears were so hot. Because
I
we're
was literally-
eating this spicy
I-
habanero jerky.
I took off my hat. I'm like, bro, I'm sweating. In 45 degrees. It was hot.
And we're like, wait, hold on. Our breath, and it's just like,
All right, Godzilla.
it's like, man, it's cold out here, but we're hot. How is this happening?
So something Lindsay just sent us. She was saying that if this is something that people like, we can actually do like a what to pack at a race on like one of the socials. Do like a real video. You know what kind of radios.
Jay,
we
what'd
use
you
and stuff like-
forget?
Nothing. Don't mean I couldn't find it in the RV.
feel like I'm missing something.
No,
Me too.
No, I definitely feel like I'm missing something.
I did pack some beverages that when we got there I could not find,
Ooh.
and another
Oh, yeah,
trip
boy.
was required to the store. And as we're unpacking today, literally the last thing I was like, "Oh look, there it is,
found it.
found it."
Perfect. Okay, so
So we got plenty for Sunday.
we got a little derailed from the duels.
Duels?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
I think the best part of the duels was the J.J. Yaley, Jimmy Johnson war.
that was
that
amazing.
was
that was
amazing.
crazy.
Yes.
That was absolutely insane how both of them went back and forth. I mean, Yaley had it. He
Yeah.
straight up had it, and he got pushed out of. He basically got pushed out into a third lane,
He got boxed.
or he lost it.
I
It
think
was one
I
of the
would say
two.
he got boxed out more so than he
Yes.
lost it.
Yes.
It was the last. It was turn 4 of the last
Yeah.
lap, and if that didn't happen, Jimmy was out.
Jimmy was just hungry to get in.
It wasn't even like turn 4. It was like the stretch coming into the tri-oval.
My problem
like,
is like
when he got it.
I was listening
what
to his
is
radio.
Jimmy missing? Like, his cars are fast.
No, his car was not fast.
His car was not fast, but his cars.
Yeah,
are
no,
fast.
that there
Like,
was,
you look
there
at
was
Eric
something
Jones.
wrong with that car. I don't know if it was motor or what. I mean, that's probably what it is.
42 and 43 did
He
really
he kept
decent.
losing the pack on Sunday or Monday. He kept losing the pack.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up. And same thing with the duels. He would try to get there. If he didn't have somebody behind him, he couldn't even suck up to another car.
I just don't get it. I don't know what. I mean, it's got to be mechanical, but it's just weird.
I don't know.
Why
something.
would he be racing?
I
the
mean,
worst
I'm
car?
assuming
Doesn't make sense.
I'm assuming they're not putting all their resources into his car as compared to the guys that are actually running.
How does Jimmy Johnson in the first ever race with Toyota not qualifying on speed alone?
Right? Jimmy Johnson's bringing.
Why is he trying to race his
sponsorship.
way in?
Yeah, I just don't get it. You want to be
I
a
don't
shoe
know.
in. You want to walk in
Uh-huh.
there. I'm a shoe in. Nobody's
You-
taking this spot.
You would think. I mean, it's like you said, it's Jimmy Johnson. If nothing else, I was almost like thinking, like, do we have like a 7-time champion provisional to where like, hey, listen, you're a 7-time champ, we'll let you in even if you don't qualify? Because like, how do you not, if he's racing, how do you not let him into the 500?
If you don't, he won't come back.
Well, I agree.
If he misses the 500, I don't think he'd be back. I don't think
That's
so.
weird.
I don't know. It
You,
was.
I mean, do you think you'd want to do it again and risk missing the 500 2 years in a row? How much fun would that be? That would
I
suck.
mean, has he?
How often
ha-
does Brad go back to the class?
I'm gonna be honest. How many?
It's different. He's got a charter. He has to go.
So the thing I wonder though is like, how many races has Jimmy finished since he took over at Legacy? What, maybe one
I don't.
out of
I
the
couldn't tell
4
you.
races or whatever?
I don't know.
So
Jeff would know.
yeah, I don't know. It's just I know he's wrecked out of several. I mean, when he went to Coda, he didn't even finish the first lap, and there was a wreck, and it took him out.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's-
weird.
It's,
Just weird.
I
Well, the
I
thing
know
is,
he
the
wants
guy's
to do
not
it.
getting a lot of seat time in this new car he's never driven. That's nothing like the old car.
Yeah, and he had
That's
a ton
tough.
of. And he had a ton in the Le Mans car, which I mean I know it's not exactly the same, but obviously that's got a lot of similarities.
No, I mean, but that was
That's
before.
awfully road courses.
That's
and
before what he ran last year, and now he's ran the Le Mans, and now he ran most of the super speedway yesterday.
Yeah.
With the exception of, I mean, he was like behind and laps down or whatever, but he got a lot of time, so maybe that translates into a better result next time he
Maybe.
races.
I don't know. It's just
I'll be excited to see him at the Coke 600.
yeah. That one will be an
That'll be the
interesting
true test.
one. Yeah, if he can do good there, then I think hey, let him keep going. Nate, are you okay?
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Oh
This
no.
guy, man.
So Kuzman wanted us to know how cold is cold.
45 degrees, bro, and it's Florida cold. Don't tell me you know anything about it because you don't.
It's crisp.
He did send us a photo of what his view, and it was
that's
I didn't
that,
see a
that's that
breeze.
powdery
Snow.
snow cold. It ain't the same.
when
You
did
just
it,
cut-
wet.
That wet Florida cold cut different when the cars go by at 200.
It's swampy cold.
it's the wind. Honestly, it's the Florida wind is the problem.
you gotta
that's-
watch out for the iguanas. Start falling out of the
The
sky.
falling iguanas. That's South.
Track
Flo-
hazards.
that's South Florida.
That's Miami issues.
Yeah, that's a different problem. So I don't know. With Jimmy, I don't know. I really wish that I want him to come back and at least be like competitive. But at the same time, like, can you blame him? I mean, if he loves doing this and he's like, hey, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna race.
I don't
You
think
gonna tell him
I
no?
don't think he wanted to race it this year,
You don't think so?
but it's part of the deal to go to Toyota.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That
I
could
don't
be.
thi- I think he's done racing super speedways. I don't think
no,
we see him back.
JJ,
I think
you
this,
almost
I
got
think
me.
this was
You
probably the
almost
last
got me,
one.
buddy.
Gotta be quicker than that. All right, let's move on. Now that we've kind of talked about the duels, I don't think there's anything else really to talk about other than just the
I would
obviously
have
being
said
aggressive.
the aggression was just way over the top.
So
way more than the last few years.
So, okay, actually, before we do move on, we didn't really hit this. So McDowell and Logano were racing their butts off
Yeah.
in the duels.
You have to.
Yeah, but like you're on the front row.
You have to. You have a new body. You got to figure out how it works.
I guess you
With
got a
no
point.
practice before qualifying, how do you even know what you got?
McDowell was kind of cool.
It's your first
'cause
shot
on
to
his
learn.
radio, he openly said, he's like, I'm going to race really hard until it gets dicey, and then I'm out. And it got dicey, and he still raced.
He
and
was
he
up
never
there.
left.
Yeah, he just stayed up there.
It was weird.
Yeah,
What
because
was it? Brad rode in the back the whole time.
Yeah, saving
was
fuel. Remember, he was
strange.
doing the fuel saving.
Yeah, but then it turned out, or worked out almost. But
Yeah.
until Byron decided to take out the whole field.
Oh God,
Telling you.
we're not talking about the 500. This is
that's
the-
all right.
Brad has a hit on
Let
him.
let the haters hate.
No.
What was that? God dang.
You okay?
All right. Anyway.
Move on.
All right.
please.
Yeah, please. We got to move
We
on.
gotta get out
we
of
gotta
here.
get out of this. Okay.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
You want to be more uncomfortable? Let's talk about the truck race.
Oh, God.
So
That
the truck
was-
race, for anyone didn't get a chance to see it, you didn't miss much. There wasn't much green flag racing. About 7 laps at a
High
time.
pacing at its finest.
Yep. There was the most cautions of a truck race at Daytona ever. Was what, 11 or 12?
Nate, you're here for
I
a
think they hit
record.
12. I think they hit 12.
Was it 12?
I think so.
It was a lot. I mean,
No, yeah, 11 was a tiebreaker.
Was
They
it?
hit
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
So they hit 12. Yes.
It
So-
got to the
Jeez.
point where there were cautions that they weren't called. Wait, no, was that Urca?
That might have been
That was
Arca.
Arca.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
That was
No,
Arca.
so the truck
That's
race,
another train wreck.
Everyone,
So much racing.
everyone got their cautions.
Yes.
Like 3 times over.
It got to the point where like our group was like all chatting and we're like, all right, we taking bets on when the next caution is. All right. We literally started like a pool. Like, all right, I say 3. All right, I say 4. Like, and just literally try because
We were betting with people in the stands.
yeah.
They were turning around. How many more cautions you think? It's a green white checker. I was like, probably 2.
It got
Like-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It got really ridiculous. I feel like there was
There was one time we all did that, and like Mark was like, "Free drinks for the next person who can guess what caution lap is on." I'm like, "I don't care about the drink. I just want to see green flag, so I'm gonna speak it into existence. 7 laps," and they wrecked on 2 laps.
It wasn't even
It's
close.
like, come on, man!
Yeah, it was
These
rough.
freaking guys.
That race was over 3 hours and it's what, 150 laps, 100 or 200 laps?
I thought it was
250.
80.
Oh, shit,
It's
after
250
caution.
miles, 100 laps.
100 laps.
100 laps. Took 3 hours.
Is in retrospect, I'm pretty sure the 500, which is 200 laps, took 3.5 hours.
Yes. And there was still big wrecks there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the truck race. I
It-
mean,
it was-
I genuinely do not remember who won it.
It was
Sanchez?
Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez.
got
Oh, the 2 car.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah. Because Jen
Oh
was
yeah,
really
yeah,
happy
she
Wow.
about
won
that.
big money.
Wow.
Yeah, she was
Sorry,
really happy
Matt
about
still
that.
Oh,
recovering.
yeah, that's right.
Dude, that was a long
Matt, you need to
night.
wake up,
you
bro.
did. I don't even know what you're talking about. You got halfway through Arca, you're like, I gotta go.
Dude, it was like 1 in the morning.
No
What do you
excuses.
mean?
I'm here for racing.
He was
It
like,
was
yo,
one in the-
Nate,
it was-
wow, you got 2 hours of sleep and you don't want to stay after 1 in the morning to watch the rest of the race? Wow, Nate. And they just kept wrecking.
No, I thought it was funny because
Caution after
I had to
caution. I'm
explain to
like,
Nate.
I
Nate's like-
can't do it anymore.
It was really funny because Nate, he thought I was joking. I was like, no, halftime, after the truck race before Arca, let's run across the street. We'll get some drinks at the 7-Eleven. We'll grab some Taco Bell. We'll come back in. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, right. Like, how are we going to do that? I was like, you just do it. Like, you can do that here.
You
like,
could
it's
bring
not a big
Taco
deal.
Bell in. I'm like,
Straight up.
well, let's go get it.
Like, wait a minute. Why hasn't anyone told me this before?
We hit up 7-Eleven. We got Taco Bell. We came back. He's like, this is great. Found some seats, sat down, ate his food.
And I was out.
10
I was
He
like,
was done. After he
I'm
ate, he
out.
was like,
every single
I'm
caution.
pretty sure it was
I'm
like
like-
11:30 at that point.
And then I'll wake
It
up when
was-
they restart. I'm like, all right, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was watching the truck race at home, and it got to the point where I would literally be going down on my phone to like go to Twitter or whatever and just start. And then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, they went green flag. Oh, I missed it. Like, because I was starting to tune it out just because like it was getting so ridiculous.
For real, man.
Yeah, it was the truck race was a little rough.
Little bit rough.
A little bit.
I want to say I saw green 7 laps of consistent green.
I think
flag
7
racing.
was the longest.
Somewhere in between there.
Which is
Out of all
so
100
bad.
laps.
Terrible.
If I describe this race in any way, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is.
this is.
I mean,
not
we
the
took
one.
we took friends of ours
Yeah.
for their first time,
Yes.
and they loved it. They had a great time. We did the track walk. We did everything.
Yeah.
But still, I was like, let's race.
Shout out to Jose.
I was like, this little yellow flag, like, let's go.
Yeah,
We brought him. He brought his
Oh.
family. They loved it.
My biggest complaint about the truck race. After
have a
stage,
bigger one?
Yes, after stage 1 end to the start of stage 2, 6 laps of caution.
Why?
That's half the stage 2.
Why?
Like, what are we doing?
especially around Daytona. Like those are long pace laps.
Man,
Yes.
well, they got a whole 3 green flag runs in those 14 laps.
Yeah.
All right. Well, talking about the same crap in a different name, ARCA. I think we had about 15 laps.
Oh, wait. We got to talk about the big crash at the end of the truck race.
Oh, see,
Big
I forgot.
flip.
I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was
Yeah.
a
The
huge flip.
17.
The best video I saw was like they show the wreck in like slow motion. It was like learning to fly. It's like him getting flipped over the hood. And he's like, but I ain't got wings. Like, bro, it's
That
so
was a
dumb,
pretty
bro.
nasty wreck right there, man.
Yeah.
Could've been way
Fortunately,
worse.
could've.
because he
Yeah.
landed on the other trucks, I think that helped a lot.
He was tumbling over them,
Yeah.
just like, oh, excuse me.
Oh, I think I texted in the group.
Bro,
I'm like,
how do
he
you
tried
get
to pull.
flipped over the trucks and then come back ahead of him?
He was.
Oh,
I'm
excuse
telling
me.
you.
Oh wait, oh, gotta
I'm
get
telling
back
you,
up front.
He was doing the McQueen. He went up on the side, flipped over top, and just took off. That had to be it.
Wild.
Yeah, no, that was a
That was a crazy wreck.
big
You were
wreck.
listening to Matt Crafton the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not happy.
I'll tell you, Matt Crafton is
Him and his
chick
crew
eggs.
chief are like the 2 funniest grumpy old men that just
to-
complain about all the young guys that are wrecking everybody the whole time.
This is a serious question though.
Matt Crafton, I still love you.
Did you get flicked off by anybody?
No,
Wow,
no, actually,
it's the first time.
well, Matt, a bunch, but no.
Yeah, but Matt's
Well
not a
deserved.
driver. He doesn't count.
Well deserved.
All right, so let's move on to ARCA. ARCA, basically the same thing.
Different name.
Yep.
Yep.
That's pretty much all there is to say about it.
Arca went 3 wide racing though, right?
For like 3 laps.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Never seen that
Wow.
before at work.
I don't think I've ever seen Arca go 3 wide.
No.
Good job.
Good job.
You made it 3 laps. It's
then they
farther
had
than
a
the
track
truck.
See, but if they go 3 laps, 3 wide, and then wreck, like,
Okay.
you're learning.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad for you guys.
We're moving forward.
The bad part about the Arca race is the racing up front was really great, and the 24th would wreck,
Yeah.
and then the next time around, 26th and 27th would wreck, and it's just like
That's-
every time they build the momentum and the racing's about to get good at the front, somebody in the back 20 wrecks again and again and again. It's like, God dang, man! Like,
Yeah,
Green
typical
Keep
kind
it straight.
of
Yeah,
high
man.
racing type mentality where it's just like, there's a random guy to just knock this out.
you could totally tell they were done throwing yellows because they
Oh
had
my
those 2
God.
cars that spun out on the apron, sparks everywhere,
There's 3
sideways in front of the field.
3
Right.
times.
No yellow.
They turned off strict
Just
yellows.
let him go.
They straight
turned
up.
off strict-
They went to relaxed yellows on the last like 20 laps. They're like, no,
Shout out to NASCAR
we're
Heat.
done. And then a car flipped and got into the fence. And they're like, okay.
Well, they went to
Yellow.
1 lap shootout first.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, yellows are back.
What's
Yeah, 'cause
up?
there was a bigger wreck, and then they went to yellow, and then there was like another wreck.
The guy that was doing the cautions probably fell asleep.
He's
like,
out there
oh,
with the button.
oh
Like,
wait. Oh man. I'm supposed to be pressing this.
are those sparks? No.
No,
That's not. That's
it's
a
all right.
fire over there in turn 3.
He just thought he was having a dream about fireworks.
But yeah, no, and then
Oh,
the
dear
ARCA
heavens.
race,
Oh dear heavens.
the ARCA race ends with a big wreck into turn 3, and I guess they damaged a couple hundred feet of the catch fence. They didn't tear it down, but it required
damage.
talking with people that camped over there. It required pretty significant repairs, like 12, 16 hours.
Dang.
I mean, they all went to sleep, and they woke up, and they were all still working on it.
Jeez.
Wow.
So, and then listening to the NASCAR radio, I guess they did take down a section. I'm surprised there wasn't a better replay of that.
Yeah, right?
Couldn't really tell.
Interesting.
I don't know.
It's Fox.
Not big surprise. All right, moving on to Xfinity.
I'm surprised they had that good of a replay, actually.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do we want to talk about what Lindsay found during the race?
What did Lindsay find?
The gentleman.
Oh yeah.
Do you
The
want to bring that
guy?
up? The
Do we,
guy.
do we
I don't
bring,
know.
turn
do
one.
we bring that up? I don't know because that
Oh
was
yeah,
something that
no, we
only
posted on
knew.
we posted on
Oh,
social.
okay.
So the wives go back after the truck race. They're
This was
done.
wild.
The wives couldn't handle that. I mean, they should have went with them from the beginning since he wasn't gonna make it anyways.
And then you got to
Every
tell
time.
your story about going back.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember.
You took the tram.
Oh God.
Okay. Start with the
All
guy.
right, well,
in
hold
turn
on.
one.
This
This is great.
So Lindsay goes back and she sends me a text. And if you want to see it, like it's on our social media. Somebody had taken a photo and there was a guy in the turn one safer barrier on the inside.
In the track.
Oh,
the-
that's right. Yeah, I did
100%.
see that photo.
In the wall. You
Yeah.
know, it's like concrete wall, foamy stuff,
Steel
metal.
wall.
He was in there with the foamy
Just
stuff.
Yeah.
Vibing
Straight
Wild.
chilling.
with his phone.
Waiting for a car to come 180 miles an hour right
at him.
So she's sending us all these photos, and we're like, "Oh, this is wild." We're like trying to like, what should we do? Like, should we
Like, who do
tell
you call?
someone?
Like, who
This
do
is
you call?
not
Like,
safe.
Ghostbusters.
is there 1-800 Daytona safety? Like,
Yeah, like, do
who
you
do
call cops? Like, hey, officer, like,
So,
I don't want this guy
her-
pancaked in front of me. Like, like, come on.
I don't need there to be blood all over the
Or
RV.
imagine like a cartoon.
Hey, Ted.
They hit the wall right there.
The accordion.
shoots out.
Oh God.
No, but all the campers around the area, they all saw him, of course. So obviously they go back and get security to try to get him out of there. And then obviously he disappeared somewhere. I don't know.
It got se-
Yeah,
but he
and then
got
all of a sudden they were like, "Wait, he just dipped down," and they couldn't see him. And all of a sudden, they see his phone pop up out of nowhere, and it's just his phone recording the.
He was in the barrier hiding,
So,
and you just see a hand pop up out
my
of
thing
nowhere.
is, how did he
and then
even
it goes
get
back
there?
down.
It's easier than you think.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
That's
If you
wild.
wander around the
You
racetrack,
find spots.
there's plenty of holes.
yeah.
I mean, I probably won't fit through some of them, but
Okay.
there's plenty of
They're
holes.
gonna
The
make
gate
fence
is there
electric.
for safety, for your safety. Why would you want to do that?
It's a choice.
That's ridiculously
I didn't
dumb.
see a sign.
All I'm gonna say is someone needs to show that man how much that safer barrier deflects when a car hits it.
Yeah,
Like-
I think he needs to see a few more replays.
Yeah, like if you watch the Blaney wreck from the 400 last year, like when he goes straight into that wall and you see how much that wall
ADG
deflects,
hit or whatever.
something
Ooh.
insane, dude. He's
Tell your
pancaked.
story, Nate.
Well, at the end of it, we
Oh
never
my
found
God.
the guy. He
No,
was
nobody
just,
found him. He
was
disappeared.
just gone.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
know the end of that one.
So,
So-
if you're that guy and you're watching us on YouTube,
Bravo.
you're an idiot.
Shut up. Don't say bravo.
So all right. So then after that,
Life.
shortly after that, the time that we were talking about where we were watching the ARCA race, and I called it quits. I'm like, guys, I gotta head back. I've got to get some sleep. I go by myself. This is the first time I leave a race by myself because normally I'm with Jake, I'm with Matt, somebody. So I go back. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the tram back.
Mind you, we haven't taken the tram all week.
All week. We've never taken the tram. I'm like, I'm by myself. I'm not trying to walk this. Normally we walk the tunnel with each other, so we're talking, time flies, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just take the tram. So I get on the tram. so I
You end up in the wrong
Is
turn.
there
don't
is
you?
a reason why we don't take the tram?
yeah, now I know that. So I get on the tram. There's only 2 signs. It shows infield, and I forgot what else it takes you to, but it wasn't anywhere I would want to go.
Not neither of them.
We're
were-
camping in the infield. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to take this tram that says
Oh,
infield.
no.
Thinking that we would normally see the station for where the trams stop in front of the infield. So I take it.
It takes you to.
So
the
we're going
fan
up the
zone.
tunnel. I'm like, all right, I'm almost there. I get to go to sleep. Boom. We slowly start passing the campsite. I'm like, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? I'm all the way in the back of the tram. If anyone has been in the tram, you know that there's normally 2
Carts or whatever.
carts, yeah, of like, X amount of people, but they're big. So I'm all the way in the back by myself. There's nobody else on this tram. And I'm like, who do I tell to stop? I don't want to just start screaming, hey, stop the tram, stop the tram.
Just jump off.
I wanted to so bad, but I'm like, okay. And then he just kept driving and driving. I'm like, why are we going so far? I just wanted to get back to the RV. So we end up stopping there in turn 4.
A mile away from the RV.
A mile away from the RV. I'm like, I talked to the lady. I'm like, I thought this was going to stop at turn 1. She's like, oh, no, we don't stop at turn 1 at this hour. I'm like, I wish somebody would have told me that. I had to walk all the way. I'm like,
And
Well,
here's
that's
the best
bell
part.
and a
Nate tell me this whole story.
cooler
I'm like,
full of drinks.
why didn't you just ride the tram back to where it picked you up? Because that's still way shorter than walking all the way from turn 4. And Nate's like,
Oh, I didn't think of that.
that would have been a good idea. I was
Listen,
just pissed, dude.
This is only his second full NASCAR season, so like I guess we can't
Bro, that
expect
was
that.
You
so
should have went and
funny.
saw Mark. You missed
At
an
that point?
opportunity.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a story for next year for sure.
He's got a good chair you can fall asleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on now and talk
I
about
Yelp reviewed
Xfinity and the absolute dumpster that, well, not dumpster,
Stage 1 sucked. Second was good. 3 was a wreck fest. That's
Yep.
my thoughts.
Wow.
Well, in a nutshell.
but okay. So Austin Hill won yet again. Big surprise.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, I mean, it's
I
So-
thought he was going to get taken out real early.
What I was telling you, what I wanted to say earlier about that car. Did you notice when they were 2 of them after the big wreck on the last lap? There's a camera shot. It's Austin Hill and the 81 or who?
18 was
18,
Sheldon Creed.
And you can tell. We're listening to the radio of Austin Hill. He's like, all right, give it all she's got. He's like, it don't matter. You ain't got to bring it back. Like this is it for this motor or whatever. Bro, you literally see the 21 car go, just start pulling away. Like, oh, yeah, bro. What you got going on over there?
he flipped that NOS
Bro,
on.
he literally,
He was racing in
literally
fourth
just
gear.
started going like another 5-10 mile an hour faster.
I will
Nah,
say,
bro. Watch that replay.
I will say it was pretty weird once they get through all the little bit of mess they had, and he couldn't catch up to him at all.
Bro,
No.
he
That was-
pulled away.
Completely. Like
By
five,
a
6
lot.
cars lengths.
Yeah,
Not a little.
that was a little strange.
There
was
was, there was
gone.
there was a little code word. I don't know exactly what he said. He's like, go ahead. Like he's like
He said something, right?
like pedal to the floor, or like
something like-
some kind of like
Code
is
phrase.
this a little code thing? Because dude, when he did that, going into 3, dude, that 21
Took
took
off.
off.
He lifted up,
Yeah.
he went under the dash and pulled it, and then the spoiler kind of came down just a little bit, gave him a little less grip.
Something, bro.
And it's like they always come back from something. He was not supposed to win that race. His car was tore
Bro,
up.
he
His
was like in
car-
like every wreck.
He was
that
pitting
car
left and right,
was
trying to
Fast though.
Oh yeah, dude.
Whew.
Yeah, man.
Got some special sauce
I'm
in
telling
there somewhere.
you, there's some.
Oh,
NOS,
yeah.
He found the NOS button or
Nah,
something.
21. Austin Hill's got a knack for Daytona.
Yeah.
It didn't
I will
surprise me at all.
say-
Every time he had something go wrong and went to the back of the field, we switched to his radio. It's like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is gonna be exciting.
I
He
will
gonna work
say,
his way up.
if you like watching him, like especially when he was like leading and watching him drive out of his mirror, the whole time that man is just like up at the mirror the whole time,
Yeah.
watching and like making moves, blocking and stuff like that. It was pretty impressive. So that was cool. All right. Anything else we kind of want to say about Xfinity other than it was
Bummer for DGM. They had 2 wrecks missed and they got ran into from behind, wrecked their cars. That
Yep.
sucked.
Gotta say, man, shout out to Natalie Decker holding it down for DGM.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to spend a little
She got
bit
to
of time
lead
with
some
him.
laps.
I found my way into the Xfinity garage.
Of course you did.
Went and hung out with the DGM guys for a while. And we got to meet Natalie Decker. She's super cool. She has great stories too, man. She was
really.
really nice. Yep. Got to hang out with Kyle Weatherman a little bit, and then Josh Bilicki too.
That's
But-
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
We literally talked about going and seeing them. And you're like, nah, man, I don't think so. We got Nate and Anna here. Like, we just shouldn't leave them. I'm like, all right, cool. We get off the tram.
I was like, I
Everyone's
don't want to leave Nate with the girls. You know?
He's like,
Everyone's
all
like-
right, guys, I'm going to the garage. See you later. We're like,
No,
we were
no.
like, hey, let's go hit up Wendy's and get some food. Everyone's like about it. And Jake's just not there with us.
No, I said, hey, I'm going to go out and go see if they're lining up cars. I'm going to go say hi to the DGM guys.
And you did exactly what you said you weren't gonna do.
I saw some security move away from a hole and took it.
Jake over here finding the holes that man in the fence found.
Golly.
No, this was wide open and meant for us. So I just,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they didn't know, and I didn't reply back. So they're just like wondering where I am. So I text back later like, oh, yeah, I'm with DGM.
Of
Matt's
course
like,
you were.
or Nate's like, bro, you literally said we weren't going to the garage. I was like,
Oops.
Fun times.
times.
Sorry, I was just checking.
DJ Fun Times.
but yeah.
SVG, man, he had a tough time in ARCA
Yeah,
and kind of a tough time at Xfinity, man.
I
Rough
thought he-
start.
I thought
And
he
now
was-
he's going to Atlanta.
I thought he actually was doing pretty good, at least for the most
but
part.
you got
with
wrecked
Xfinity.
early, and then you're fighting uphill battle.
Well, of course,
from there,
but
you
I mean,
know?
I think
that's what I mean by it.
before that wreck, though, I thought he was actually doing pretty good.
Xfinity,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, Xfinity. I mean,
he
you
was
got-
really struggling with the ARCA cars, but those cars suck, man.
Yeah,
they handle like crap.
And you got to figure too, like he's not done super speedway. And super speedway is very different.
Totally different.
Yeah, so I mean, for him to do as well as he did,
Great at
with,
road courses.
you know, obviously, I saw what was it? NASCAR Chasm was like, it's really disappointing. NASCAR's #1 rain driver is now disappointed that they're not driving in the rain,
Oh my
or
gosh.
something like that, which I just thought was funny. But yeah, I mean, I thought, you know, hey, for first, you know, serious race in a super speedway, I think he should be pretty happy with the outcome overall.
Listening to him on the radio, trying to talk about what was going on, like with his thick
Oh,
accent
that
and
must be
everything.
interesting.
that was
Hilarious,
funny.
bro.
It was funny.
Who was
He's
it?
like, they're just all over the place,
Who
I'm
was
trying
it?
to get over.
bro. All kind of little stuff.
Who was it? Was it Jensen, or who was it that was one of the guys that's not? It wasn't. It was his first time or something. Maybe it was Raikkonen when he was back. But it was like, oh yeah, you get the free pass, and he's like, the what? And it was like, wait, you can do that? And it was like totally blew his mind. He's like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, that's awesome.
No, I listened to him explaining some of the different rules, the SVG between the difference of ARCA and Xfinity. He was just like, it's a lot, just because of how different they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
but
true. So, all right, let's move on to the best race of the week by far.
Come on.
The Cup race.
Come on with it.
Nate, I'm muting your mic. All righty. You think I was kidding. All right. So, yeah, so definitely, I think as far as 500s go, this one was a really good. I don't know if I'd say the best, but it was up there.
How many laps of green flag racing?
A lot.
if you don't count the stages, we went green flag from 6 to 192. Well, minus probably like lap 11 if you count the cleanup of the caution.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's
a
like
lot
we were
of,
there.
a
we
lot
were-
of people don't like the fuel saving racing, but man,
I really
there
like it.
with the radio and hearing how all the manufacturers are working against each other, like, hey, let's try to get in this line and try to get some more speed and force these guys to do this and do. Like, I mean, I was enthralled the whole time.
The
Yeah.
pit cycles were.
I stood the entire race, literally locked on to everything that was going on. And once something kind of died down, all right, let's go see what the Fords are doing. All right, let's go see what Toyotas are doing. And we just kind of like, and there was so much. There's no way we heard
Heard everything.
a
Yeah,
tenth of
a
what was
tenth.
going on.
Yeah.
And it was so much.
Yes. Yes. I
It
feel
was
the
awesome.
same exact way.
I think that's probably the thing about, like, especially like with these kind of races, especially with super speedways, it's that kind of stuff doesn't come through on the broadcast. However, that's where I think Harvick was really good. I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit, but like having Harvick there in the booth really helped with that, because he was explaining, all right, and now these guys are going to be start working with and talking to these guys, and kind of was explaining some of that strategy that was going on.
I gotta go on a little bit of a soapbox here.
Go ahead.
So many people are hating on this new style of racing, right? Because everybody's saving fuel, saving fuel. That's why you can't start a third lane. Anytime anybody wanted to start a third line, 2-3 cars could run up there almost by themselves.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is running 50% throttle or less.
Yeah.
The leader is you can. How many times looking down, coming off of turn 4, did you see the flame coming out of the exhaust pipes?
Oh yeah.
That's everybody lifting off the throttle. They're literally off the throttle. Like, so here's the thing. I prefer this 2 wide kind of tango that's going on versus what we had with Gen 6, which was a single car freight train on the outside. I will take this style of fuel saving race over that every day.
Think about how much.
Because there's still other strategies that are happening with the 2 wide and different things that are moving. When they went single 5, 40 deep, you just like,
Dude, think
let me go
about
get a
all
corn dog.
Think about all the 3 wide racing we saw.
There was a lot.
Incredible.
A lot.
Incredible, especially in person. I've never seen anything like that in my life. The fact that they were able to keep it together through every single turn, just lap
Yeah.
after lap, 3 wide, that is impressive, man. That is putting on a show.
Inches away.
That's a show. You want to keep people entertained, you go 3 wide for multiple laps at a time.
One of
At
the
Daytona.
most
At Daytona.
interesting
Yeah.
strategies that I was listening to, and I've kind of said it a little bit, but like when somebody was like in real heavy saving mode, other teams would start just pushing them or making another line and forcing them to do something different. And now they're scrambling, and we would switch to their radio. They're like, man, they're going to make us run really hard here. We're going to have to come up with a different plan. We're going to need more time for fuel. I honestly, it was enthralling.
Honestly, I mean, the same kind of thing. I'm with you. Kuzman agrees with us as well. He's pretty much saying exactly what you're saying, Jake. I think the fuel mileage, like you said, I think if you look at it at face value and saying, oh, it's turned into a fuel mileage race, that doesn't sound exciting. But the fact that, like we talked about with, I think it was Blaney and who was the other person on the front row that were trying to save a lot.
Blaney and Logano.
Or no, it was Bell? Bell.
Was it
Blaney
Bell?
and Bell.
Could have been Bell.
They were like 50% throttle, and then you had AJ by himself catching the pack. Okay? Which is, okay, a little weird. You have a single car that's catching the whole pack and everything.
When they were fuel saving, how fast were they running?
There's
180.
No.
I wanted to throw it down to
70.
like 174.
I think it was 170 something.
And AJ was running 170 or
You're
180,
lying. Not
181.
that slow. I haven't rewatched the broadcast.
I think it was because
You're
was
not even at a pack at
drastically-
that point.
He was drastically catching them.
You're not drafting.
He was almost 10 miles per hour.
What
faster
was
than them.
qualifying? Was like 184, right?
I think so.
So you're
Yeah.
10 miles an hour slower.
it was.
But
So
it was
even
only like
the
that.
leaders play the fuel saving game because what they'll do is they'll run up a little bit and then they go half throttle off and let the car behind them push them.
It was probably only like that for maybe 5 to 10 laps.
It wasn't a lot.
If that. It was not that. And then they realized, oh, AJ's on the way. Run. Like,
Well,
all right, we're done.
I think once they got to a certain point, they were like, "All right, that's it, go." And
No,
then,
I think Blaney's crew chief said, "There's literally no point to do this. This is going to hurt them more than it hurts us because we're going to have to pay
I heard
anyways."
that.
Yep.
We heard that.
He's like, "We're going to have to pay it anyway, so you want them to burn all the fuel they can,
yeah,
so they have longer pit stops." He's like, "For us, whatever."
yeah,
Yeah, it's so interesting. I mean, when they wanted to turn it up, they totally could, and the racing was incredible. I don't think this has anything to do with the car. I think this has to do with the product of where the NASCAR competition is at right now.
There's so much data. I mean, you have to. You can't.
I
fault.
think, and Kuzman says he thinks they were running about 150 at about 50% throttle. And there were times where some people
It was way faster.
there were
than
people that
150.
were like,
way faster.
there were
than
people that were say 10, 15 lines back, or maybe 15, but 10, 12 lines back.
Yeah.
150.
I was seeing
You're just hitting fourth gear.
20% throttle. There was a couple times they showed Chase Elliott 20,
Yeah,
25,
easily.
30% throttle.
You see how far
Barely.
Ross was back all the time in the pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Always 3 car lengths.
I think
And then when he
if
wanted to
you-
be fast, he was like straight to the front.
I think if
See
you
you
pay
later.
attention, I think so maybe the issue is then like for new fans that aren't like keen to everything that's going on and all the workings of, the saving and then the team orders and all that stuff. Maybe that's confusing people because I think once you know all of that stuff, I think that helps a lot.
I still think I would rather have this style of fuel saving race and single file Congo around the top. with
100%.
1 car gaps in between. every
Oh
car.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Because
because I
that,
mean,
Congo
that
is so
racing
silly.
sucked.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Though I mean, at any point you could have leader changes, right? At any point you could have anything happen. You could have a third line that came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you have totally different leaders up there. So I don't see how
I don't see
this
any
is a
way
bad-
around this with a 200 lap race at Daytona.
You know what they should do? They should almost like bring like a race where it's only like 60 laps at Daytona. Maybe only like pole sitters or race winners.
Maybe exhibition style.
Something like that.
No
maybe
points.
maybe
Yeah,
like a
plenty of
week
points to
before
earn
the
this week.
Daytona 500.
I like it.
Oh, you know
They
what?
could call it like a Busch Clash or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think?
Busch Light Clash.
Might as well. Busch
Bro.
Latte Clash.
I'm
Bro.
I'm really thinking you guys.
Isn't it isn't it
I'm
a
like, man,
great
that's
idea?
I'm like
Like a little
putting it
short
together in my
sprint.
head. I'm like, that sounds like a really good
Hey,
idea.
you know what? Listen,
You're
take
right.
A car,
It is.
Nate, take a car you'll never see again. It's just out to win. We ain't gonna use it again at all. Wreckers or checkers, bro.
So many possibilities.
So
Dude.
many.
William Byron be pulling out that T-Rex car or something. Dust
reckon
off the
It just has to have a
T-Rex.
24, right?
Yeah. Dust off that T-Rex.
I think he's got a few T-Rex cars.
I wouldn't be surprised. So this isn't in our notes or anything, but Jake has his conspiracy about the design of the cars. Was it the 24?
Don't tell anybody.
What are you saying? Shh.
It's top secret.
Well, I mean,
It's not a secret.
About that.
People have talked about it.
We've talked about that in our preseason kind of podcast, but I think there's some intentional designs going on with these paint schemes to play games with the
I mean, why not?
laser scanning system.
Hey, if it works.
I also saw some things. I was taking notes
Oh, you were? Where are
when
they?
we were on pit road.
You didn't put them in the document, Jake.
Private notes.
Oh, those don't count.
There were some very interesting ways how teams were wrapping cars. Just different
ways to layer it.
like swoops. Like instead of having just a single seam across the middle, there was like a swoop in it.
You
And,
talking
like,
wrapping it with like the vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And layers to create ridges.
I like it.
Exalt.
I was like, nice.
Exalt.
It's a paint company.
No, it was super interesting because they, like, where you would put a whole panel on one car, you could tell like it was like two pieces,
Yeah.
and you could tell it wasn't just a straight overlap. It was a very intentional arrow kind of looking swoosh to maybe help direct air somewhere.
Interesting.
And then, but multiple different styles across multiple different manufacturers. Not like all Toyotas had the same thing. Different Toyotas had different things,
Yeah.
different ways. I'm like, there's no way that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you
I
could
mean-
direct air away from the spoiler to twist away from it?
We
Get more speed.
We walked down pit lane, right? And what did we see? The only cars that had their
Oh,
big
classic
old
Hendrick.
classic Hendrick move
Their toolboxes literally blocking
Toolboxes.
their wheel.
on both sides of Byron.
Have I told the story about how I got yelled at by Chad Canals
Yes.
on the podcast?
Yes, I think you have. Yeah.
He
What
didn't
was
like
it? Don't,
me.
ta-
He
don't
didn't
take
like-
pictures.
You need to get yelled at by someone else. We got Matt Crafton. We got Chad Canals. Who else can we make mad?
I made Grant Enfinger, man.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a
that
little
one.
bit.
Yep.
When he won the truck race and I wanted Jordan Anderson to win.
Let's talk about William Byron a little bit.
No.
No.
no. Nate's muted. All right. So,
Yo, I had this great idea. You want to sell fan zone tickets? Put Byron out there on the stage building Legos.
Bro,
Get it sponsored by Lego.
that's fire.
Sounds
are you
so
being
Bro, I was thinking,
boring.
like zoomed in, slow mo replays.
Clip when it clips in.
He has to put the sticker on.
what kind of ASMR stuff are y'all
sideways.
trying to figure out?
Bro, he puts like the piece that's supposed to be here over here. Everybody, no, woo. Yeah.
No, actually, I was telling Matt earlier. I was like, I seen a video that he posted on his Instagram, using the Ray-Bans with the glasses on it. You know the Ray-Bans that you can record through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a new thing where they have these Ray-Bans.
used to
These
have
shades.
glasses
So what do you
like
want?
Huh?
William Byron OnlyFans building Legos?
What the heck are you talking about right now?
Nate would subscribe, y'all.
He totally would. He totally would.
And this week, we're going to do the Millennium Falcon.
I love what Kuzman says. Ruffles should sponsor a car. Ruffles have ridges.
No, but I
Intentional.
I would even say maybe let's look out for a Ray-Ban sponsorship for that 24. He used the glasses for a reason. Everything that these guys do on their social media is for a reason. You don't think that Ray-Bans will sponsor the 24?
No.
Maybe he just likes Ray-Ban.
I don't see.
Oh,
Do you
that
see
could
a,
be
do
that
you
too.
see a Lego sponsorship incoming?
He doesn't post his Legos on his Instagram.
No, you're
No,
right.
he
He's
was-
on Netflix doing it. So, like,
It's a everyday in his shoes type of deal, the Netflix series, okay? It's different.
okay, he's not the only. It's not a William Byron show.
They're pushing merch, they're pushing sponsors, they're pushing things like that on his Instagram.
All right, I'm done talking about this.
You know who else was pushing? Corey LaJoy.
You know who else was pushing?
Screwed up
Brad.
that ending.
Brad pushed everybody.
Brad did
Brad
cause
got-
that wreck in the duels.
Oh,
Here,
boy.
hearsay. Show me the SMT.
Nope.
Yeah, it's probably all green for no lift.
No lift.
I swear, I didn't see brake lights.
Well, I'm sure you didn't.
I just ended up seeing a white wall in front of me.
So obviously, Brad pushed an issue. Pushed the issue. Was pushing like crazy, like Brad does at Daytona.
Oh, there were some
No
slow
lift.
cars in front of him. You got to do what you got to do.
You know, it is what
Can we
it
just
is.
talk about it real quick? Or we can talk about the big wreck?
I mean, we're getting there. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, no. We can. I don't care.
That was a huge wreck.
That was a huge wreck.
Cal Petty had
That's
the
a
worst,
huge wreck.
He had the worst
Oh, my
hot take
God.
I've ever heard.
out.
I'm literally
Betty.
watching him on YouTube, and he's like, "These big blocks, it's what causes all these wrecks." And it's like literally just the 48 pushing the 24. There's no block. They've been locked up for three laps.
That's his teammate.
Yeah, like what block? And he's like, "Look at the block. There it is." Like, what? Wrecks the whole field. He's like, "Back in my day, you be out with the Allisons getting your butt kicked in turn 3." I'm like, "Bro, what are you talking about?"
Chill, fam.
Chill, fam.
Chill, bro.
Like, did you watch the race?
It's okay, Grandpa.
No, there was
It's okay, Grandpa.
there was a lot of movement though. There was a lot of movement. There was a lot of
Oh,
blocking.
yeah, but there was no blocks. It was all pushing. All 3 lanes were just pushing.
There were some blocks,
and
dude.
the 48 pushed the 24 a little hard. That's
Well,
or
I'm
just
not
got
talking
him in
about
the
Hendrick
wrong
guys.
way.
I'm talking about in the race in general. There were a lot of blocks. There
Yeah.
were a lot
Well,
of aggressive
yeah.
moving. There was a
Yes.
lot of lane
But it
switching.
didn't cause a wreck. What caused the wreck was a hard push, not a block.
Or a push
Yeah.
that was off center. If you look at, was it Brad and Nemechek, I think was the one that was the first one. And that one was pretty obvious that Nemechek was getting all over the place, kind of weaving in and out. And I think when Brad hit him, it was just off center, and that's what turned into, was it LaJoy?
What
Or whoever was right there. I don't
what
remember who it
about
was.
didn't Logano say something? He's about sick and tired of the blocks.
Yeah.
Of all
I'm
the
like,
people.
bro, you're the ringleader of the blockers.
Yeah. What the heck is
Everybody
he talking
watches you and says, "Oh, that's what I got to do."
He got away with it, so can I.
Oh my
And
gosh,
it always fails.
Logano, he is a menace on these races when it
He-
comes to pushes,
You know,
blocks,
I don't
everything.
think he was blocking real bad today because he had the fastest car.
He was fast.
Dude, that thing was a rocket ship.
Him and Hamlin were disgusting
Yeah.
fast.
I don't know. There were a lot of fast cars out there, bro.
Not
24.
Not 24 wasn't.
Was
He
lucky.
just survived.
That 24 was fast, bro.
Mm.
That
I
24
can't
was
beat
fast,
him.
bro. And they
I'll
made the
just
right
rock.
move.
If you can't beat him, just wipe the whole freaking field out.
I would say this. There's a lot more to racing than speed. And if you don't dial in those other small aspects of racing into your competitive ways of racing, you won't win.
It's
I
just,
made-
literally had that same conversation, literally almost word for word, with my son today. He was asking me, he was like, "Daddy, who's the fastest guy ever?" And I was like, "I don't know. I think he went like 300 or 400 or something a long time ago." He was asking me who's the fastest today. He was like, "I thought it was Dale Earnhardt," and I literally said, "It's not just about the speed. It's about da 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 da." Bro, I was like, "Were you in a car with me when I said that?"
that's
No,
so
but
funny.
it's
That's
so
weird,
true.
bro.
Man. They
Your son
made
was
all the
taking
right
notes for
moves.
Nate. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
I gotta use that on the pod.
Oh my gosh.
That was really weird.
No, but it's true though,
You
man.
can tell we spent 7 days together.
Yeah, I know, right? We're just talking alike.
Oh no.
No, but
Oh,
they
great.
made
We
all the
got
right
two
moves,
Jakes.
man. The 24 team made
we got two
all the
Jakes
right
now.
moves. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel won them the race.
You're talking about the 24?
You're
Yes,
still
sir.
going on
He
about
went
him?
sideways, hooked a guy. He went up, wrecked everyone else.
I think he did a great job.
He got wrecked.
I
I
think
felt
he got
like
wrecked. He was
he-
in the
He got wrecked.
caution.
He moved through the field
are
like
you
a
saying?
savage.
The 24.
And that's
Yeah, he shouldn't have
exactly
gone to
what
the
I
back.
love to see.
He was in the wreck.
I know where you're going already.
He was in the wreck.
No.
Should have started in the
He
wreck.
was still door banging.
He
Rubbin's
was
racing,
sideways
Matt.
below the yellow.
Rubbin's racing.
He ran like a champ.
Who got wrecked? Brad did.
It was
No skill.
Disappointing. The best
Get him
part
outta
about
here.
it was he
You
took
gotta,
out
you gotta
Logano,
tell
too.
Brad, man.
That's true.
Brad needs to hold a pretty wheel, bro. If he can't handle a little sideways bump, like
And bro, what was with the mascara coming down his face after the race?
It was all the tears. The tears.
He was crying. His
When I
mascara
was
started coming
a
down.
young boy. My father.
My father.
Listen, he's going through an emo stage. Just let it go.
No, I guess he had like the
I'm
black
just
chalk
an
on his
emo,
eyes.
yeah,
Brad.
except for the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Anyway.
Stupid, bro.
So the big wreck obviously took out, what was it, 32 cars? Or at least
I was
32 were
looking
involved.
great. I was in the $100 fantasy pool.
Ooh.
Can I just say,
I was
DJ, I
looking
love
great
you reading
until
my
that wreck.
notes because I just put whatever number in there.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue.
Okay, you just ousted yourself because you were saying, "Oh, you're gonna read it word for word." I'm paraphrasing now, and then you still criticize me.
No.
It was half the field, though.
It was
so.
like everyone.
it was a
I'm gonna
lot.
put
It was a
52
lot.
next time. At Atlanta, they wrecked what, 52 cars?
I'll probably read it still.
No, seriously, all 4 series. How many wrecked race cars?
Oh my
Oh.
This
god!
has got to be close to a record high.
I think
had to
someone
have
on
been
Twitter said,
millions.
"Who's gonna cause the multi-million-dollar mistake?"
That was Brett Griffin. He said somebody will cause the multi-million-dollar.
It was the winner.
Yeah.
It's really easy
Still
to
not
win
it.
when you take out the whole field.
It was
Yeah.
Bowman.
His whole purse. He's writing checks to all the teams. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. So I mean, huge wreck. Just hard racing though. I think
Oh,
really
yeah.
if you come down to it. Otherwise, I mean,
There
was
was. I think you brought it up perfect. It was the best Daytona 500 we've seen in a long time,
until the end.
and then the ending was just like it just.
Yeah.
Did you tell
What
me earlier?
happened?
Anticlimactic.
Yes.
It was because it was it's just-
Racing right at the end, and then all of a sudden it's the wreck happens.
This is-
Chastain goes off, and it's like, oh yeah, and caution, and oh
Three-
that's
Caution,
the,
though.
that's the
3
end.
years in a row of wrecking in turn 3, and then last year was turn 1, and now here's start finish line.
it's just.
So is this just going to be
I
the
don't like when they
Daytona
play that
4,875 or 449 math?
Oh,
7,
God.
2.5 miles minus 2.5 miles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
497.
Yeah, there you go. So
We got there eventually.
it's just weird because it's like there's so yes, it was a white flag, but the caution should have been called early? Question mark.
I think I thought I saw something where they were
It's
saying
just
the reason
weird.
that the caution was thrown when it was because not Chastain's
Austin
car.
Cindric was coming
comes
back
back up, and so obviously at that
I
point
get
you
that.
have to.
100%.
So whereas maybe they were trying to see if he goes down into the,
I think
know,
they should
to more
call it
pit road.
right away.
they really should
There's
have.
no way. I mean, we watched a bunch of racing all weekend.
NASCAR, just come out and
Every
say,
time
no,
they
white
wreck-
flag wasn't out. Just
They-
do it.
I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised they didn't because NASCAR has had a habit of doing this kind of thing where it's like, nope, race ain't over. We're doing overtime now. Like,
Here's my thing: if they're gonna tear a bunch of stuff up anyways, just don't let the race finish unless it's under green.
Yeah.
500 Daytona 500 rule only has to finish under green.
okay, I'm cool with it. Like,
Yeah.
Now we just
Keep
got to get
doing green, white
NASCAR to
checker.
agree.
Yeah.
Finish under green.
NASCAR, are you listening?
Let's go.
Do it.
We actually write the rules.
Do
I'm
it.
going to submit
No, I
them.
mean, imagine if
I'm
this
gonna
goes.
submit
Imagine
it.
if this goes a fourth year.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just,
We're
NASCAR
3 in a row.
HR.
It's brutal.
it's a fantastic race. Everything's great. You know, you're having accidents, like whatever, but it's just anticlimactic at the end. You don't feel like it's like, oh my gosh, what a great finish. He got it. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I guess he was there. You know,
No, I mean he was. He
Per-
was. No, he was definitely there.
I know.
That
It's just-
aerial shot is black and white. I agree with you. You watch the
think it
in-car
was a
camera,
color.
it is
close.
very close, if not the other way. But the aerial shot is black and white.
The hardest thing I think for stuff like that is just obviously, especially watching it, when you watch it on TV, obviously going by the caution lights. Well, that's not when the caution comes out either. And they're not going on, oh, the caution lights came on at this time, so it's the position at that point. No, it goes back to the last scoring line. And there's a lot more to it that, especially watching it on TV, I think
Scoring
makes it
line
tough.
doesn't matter on the last lap.
Okay. See my point? It's confusing.
No, it's not. Whoever's at the lead, if the caution comes out, wins the race. When the yellow light comes on.
I am so confused.
Okay.
So if you watch the aerial view, you can see exactly when the yellow light comes on the
But-
flag stand tower, the two prongs.
But that's my point. It is, from what I understand, when the lights come on is after the actual time of caution because they have to hit it. All the stuff has to go through. I don't know for sure. I mean, we're talking milliseconds.
Yeah, I don't think you're talking about much time.
Probably not. But I do know that has been issues in the past where they've said, the time of caution is here before this happens. They go back to the last scoring line.
Anytime I've ever seen it, it's lined up when the yellow light starts flashing.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
that's what it goes by. It's the yellow lights.
Or if that maybe the green when the green flicks off.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. I don't know what I'm talking about. So,
So Bowman won this race.
yes.
Negative.
I'm pretty sure Brad won it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if we're all just picking people, Ross looked pretty good.
He won it on lap 6.
Ross did look really good, honestly, through this race.
Bro, I was so nervous.
What was up with him? I do not understand why he was like, he's like, I took the white flag at the end of the race.
He was making a move to win the race at the white flag.
No, I get that. He blatantly came out and said, no, I took the white flag at the end of this race, and I feel proud of that. And I'm like, but you didn't.
He did take the white
He
flag.
did take the white. Yeah.
It's
I see what
sideways.
he's saying. He still took the white flag. He was just wrecking. I thought he was saying he was in the lead.
He just couldn't hold on for the green.
Got wrecked.
Stop.
We got wrecked, bro.
God, this is
He
what
took the white and
Austin Cindric
fumbled.
wrecked us.
this toxicness. I just
he
can't.
By
fumbled
Corey
on
LaJoy.
on the 2-yard line.
By
He
the way,
fumbled on
That margarita
inches,
gas.
inches and
All
goal.
right, we got to move
Corey,
on.
Corey LaJoy and Cindric aren't friends,
Never have been. Never
apparently.
All right. So let's move on to our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. We actually got one this time. Thank you, Kuzman. If you have this is a part of the show where we basically have a fan send us a question, and it's most often Kuzman. But if you also have a friend or a Kuzman, have them submit us their questions on Twitter, and if we like it, we'll add it to the show. All right. So our I'm sorry. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. Or Instagram. We're on the gram, guys.
Insta.
All right. So this is from Mean Gene. What is so funny about that?
It's just funny.
Amy.
Okay. All right. So this is a question. I believe it came from Twitter from Mean Gene. And it's basically the question is, can we maybe get a track edition of the podcast when you boys are at Daytona, Atlanta, etc.? Jake,
Yes.
you want to answer that one?
Yeah, if the Wi-Fi doesn't suck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to blame me.
No, the problem is we want to keep doing it live, and at-track internet phone service is a struggle. So
It
we're
is.
trying to figure out. I mean, we could do it. We could literally take everything and do it, but we'd have to pre-record it, which stops us from interacting with people. So
Yeah.
It's
That's kind of
really
the
tough.
debate.
We actually did take it at the 400 this lab. We had basically everything to pretty much do it. It's just like we said, between getting back from the track, setting up, and then the other problem, of course, is we're recording audio and video, and there's all kinds of stuff going on.
But he
There's
said
the
Still-
Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
But he
so-
said for trucks? He
For
said for
tracks.
trucks?
no, tracks.
Oh, for
What track?
tracks. Okay.
Like a track edition at the track. Like
truck
edition.
edition.
I was like,
We
truck
actually- we
edition. I'm
did-
still trying to, I'm still thinking about,
Clean out your ears.
Silverado
What are you talking
1500. Let's go.
So we actually talked about like doing it, filming it, and doing the show actually on top of the RV. And then there's obviously like I said, there's the sound issue. We are trying to figure out a way to make it work somehow, but I don't know how that's going to work yet. So we're still kind of working on it. Eventually, yes, we're going to do it somehow. But
Yeah, I think the plan for now is to just do a lot of just live updates and video
Social
stuff. Like
stuff.
you're going to see a lot more stuff keep coming out this week. Nate has a great little video thing that he put together. He's
Yep.
almost done with.
Stay tuned for that. It's good. We might post it this week. Maybe. We'll see. But stay tuned for a cool vlog video that I just took little clips of during our time from when we left to the green and white checkered, or the white.
because after that, Nate just didn't care.
White, yellow
Yeah, I just
checker.
didn't care at that point.
Byron!
My favorite driver won. I absolutely lost my mind.
We know.
Almost lost my voice, but thank God I
You were
didn't.
climbing the fence, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Jumped over the flag stand.
Byron gave me a high five.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest. All right. So, yeah. So if you guys, thank you, Mean Gene, for sending that question in. If you have, like I said, a question you want to see us answer on the show, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram,
I
or even
actually
TikTok
had
or
one more
Facebook
question.
or YouTube.
Sorry, there was a lot there. I didn't realize we were going.
I didn't either. I just realized there was more and kept going. Sorry. Continue.
We had a friend named Goose. He asked us a question.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yep. It was, do you prefer Busch Light or Bud Light?
Busch Light.
Really?
But yeah, I'm gonna say Busch Light.
Can you
Yeah.
explain?
It looks
Chastain.
better.
I think I'm switching over. I like Busch Light.
No more Millers.
No, Miller's always got a special place. But between those two beers,
I thought you liked Keystone
stop. Stop.
back in the day.
Remember we were going to buy him that
Oh, I
shirt
wish. I wish we did.
Times will be tough.
just
if
to
I'm
watch him
rolling up
open it
with
and throw it
Keystone.
away.
Yeah.
It would have been worth it. And the
I'd
best
probably
part-
open it. I'd probably open it and be like, I don't want this.
You know what the best
That's why
part?
we were going to buy it.
Dude, the best part about it was on sale at Atlanta. And Atlanta, this is what, 5-6 races into the season, and they were already on sale.
Oh, God.
Let's gotta tell you, they weren't doing well. All right, so let's talk about next week. Next week we're going to Atlanta, Super Speedway number 2.
Let's tear a bunch more stuff up.
Yep,
Who's
Yeah.
bringing their old cars?
everyone.
Do you think DGM will rewrap the 36?
They got to tear that bumper off first.
Did it get damaged? Oh, I didn't even see it. I thought it was clean the whole time.
I don't know how. Never mind.
You don't know how it wrecked?
All right.
Man.
So let's see. We got Friday. We got truck and let's see, truck no practice and qualifying.
Hey, before
There's
we
no
before we-
practice.
There's no practice.
Oh my
before we move
gosh.
on, I
it's
just gotta
one
say
one lap qualifying.
before
here we go.
before we move on, I just gotta say, man, congratulations to William Byron in the 24.
Here we go again.
I took care of it. Don't worry.
Let me talk, man. It's my favorite driver.
Go
okay,
ahead. Go ahead.
it's not every day that your favorite driver wins the Daytona 500, man.
It might never
And
happen.
it was a really, really special experience. And the haters gonna hate, but guess
Here we
what?
go.
That number 24 is coming for every driver this year.
Yeah, right into the trash
I've been
can.
saying it since last year. There's a special fire, okay, that he's got. I would say congratulations to Team Hendrick for their 40th Daytona start. You know, right?
What?
40th Daytona?
40th Daytona?
40th
think so.
anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports.
Oh, 40th anniversary of
No, that
Hendrick
would be
Motor-
their 40th
Daytona,
Daytona
start.
then, right?
Yeah, from that day.
No, it's 2 Daytonas every year. Plus, they have 4 cars.
Their first, their
I
40th
see it.
Daytona 500,
There you
I
go.
think it was. Right?
Anyway,
I don't know. Whatever. Listen,
This is
congratulations to
technically
Team
their
Hendrick, man.
720th
My
start.
favorite team, my favorite driver. Just know I got this hat signed right here. Anybody that's watching on YouTube, I got this hat signed. I'm 2 for 2 getting signatures from
Who'd you
William
get it signed
Byron.
by? You can tell us?
By William Byron,
Oh, okay.
the winner of the Daytona 500 in 2024. A few days before he signed it, it was amazing. I got it on camera.
I saw him kiss it.
No, but listen,
He
man,
cuddled it when he
was
went to
super
sleep.
excited, man. I mean, hey, listen, we got to give credit to whom credit is due, man.
All right, fine.
and
You
not
getting
every.
off your soapbox? Or I gotta
good
push you
Lord,
off?
Nate, are you done yet, bro?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're done.
When your driver starts winning Daytona 500s, okay, then we could talk.
My driver
All right.
doesn't win anything because if I pick
Up
him,
until
he's
now,
wrecking.
my favorite driver won the Daytona 500, and that is something to go ahead and celebrate. So,
Cheers.
hats off to William Byron, man. Huge
All right,
fan.
good. We got that out of the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, okay, Atlanta.
So
Brad's
Atlanta,
gonna win Atlanta.
Golly.
honestly, Brad could look really good. Xfinity, we got Xfinity has also got no practice and no practice as well. So 1 lap qualifying, I'm assuming. Saturday, you got the qualifying for Cup, no practice. And then you have truck race and Xfinity race both on Saturday, and then Cup race on Sunday. Anything we're looking forward to? I think we're going to see pretty much the same kind of thing, probably a little more hectic.
Truck race will be pack racing. Xfinity will not. It'll string out. Cup race will be pack racing. That's my predictions based off of weather.
What is the weather supposed to be? Like just cold or
I forgot. I looked at it. I mean,
Rain.
a
Rain.
little chilly.
great or more rain? Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway,
High of 66 on Sunday. High of 62 on Saturday.
a little chilly.
Low of 39 on Saturday. So the truck race being around 2, I think they're gonna have plenty of grip to run super
yeah.
speedway style.
It won't be as cold as it was last time we were there, that's for sure. And we were not going to Atlanta this year because obviously it's right after Daytona. That's way too much.
Yeah.
So the next thing that we'll probably be talking about,
Go.
I think the next race that
There
we're
ain't no
actually,
way, bro.
I think the next race we're talking about is possibly going to Indy, to
Yeah.
St. Pete.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
We got to
Yeah.
look into
I
that.
figured that out.
No. Go to St. Pete for the IndyCar race.
Texas, go down to
Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we might.
Yeah.
We might all go, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be just like a quick day trip possibly. So
Yeah,
I texted Jake and Matt about it. I was like, "Hey, are we doing this thing?" And they're like, "Let's just get through Daytona." Like, I can't think about another race right now. And I'm like, "Fair enough," because I literally texted them what was like 2 days before you left.
Yeah.
It was like, "Yeah, let's just wait." So yeah, we don't know, but we're definitely not going to Atlanta, unfortunately. So all right, you guys have anything you want to say before we close it out or anything?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's super cool.
So one of our good friends we met at the track, Jen, she actually surprised me with a gift from RFK Racing. It's from the Darlington race. I thought it was a brake rotor this whole
Southern
time.
500.
The Southern 500. But Jake informed me it is not from a brake rotor. It is a skid plate? A buffer? The thing they
Oh
put
man, I forgot.
the thing they put on the bottom of the car so it doesn't bottom out.
Drag something.
Drag plate. Something like that. But
Anyway,
anyway,
it stops the car from dragging on the sensitive aero body.
right.
Okay.
So she gave this to me at Daytona. It's engraved from the Darlington race, and it's off of Brad's car. So that is a treasure I will always have.
Woo.
It's a really big
I'm-
paperweight.
It is a very big paperweight. If anything,
No, I don't
maybe
think.
I don't know.
I think
Willie
thro-
Knife Man. Eh?
Oh gosh, yeah, that'll take
Oh,
someone out. No,
but
it's
no, I
it's
was-
a chunk of metal, man.
When she gave it to me, I jumped around like a little baby. We were at the Shenanigans bar, and I was jumping around like, "Oh my god, this is so sweet! Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it." So I will always have this. I will always keep it, and it's great. Thank you.
Aw.
Oh,
Sincerely, thank you.
thanks.
And
Dan.
then all she did the rest of the weekend was yell at me because Brad wrecked Daddy Noah.
Oh, I got a
Oh,
funny
yeah, we
story.
got to tell that story.
So during the duels, we see Noah Gregson go by, and I know Jennifer always calls him Daddy Noah. So I see him go by, and I just yell out. I don't know why, it was the last minute thought.
So funny.
I just yell out, Daddy Noah, and we're like right on the face. And he literally looks right at me, laughs, and just kind of like,
Stop.
It was so funny, dude.
That was a good one.
I did it on Sunday too, or yesterday too.
You did.
Yeah.
It was
He
dead
just kind of
quiet.
looked, he was like,
He's like, I know that guy.
I know you.
saw, dude.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much the time to call it for us.
Wait, whoa.
What?
I got things I got to say. Turn the music on. Hold on. One, we got to
Oh.
hang out a lot with Moonhead. That dude is the man.
That was fun.
Second, I think probably the highlight, funniest story of the week for me was this morning. Me and Nate were cleaning out the RV, and he goes, "Yo, there's mold on the bread." I'm like, "Yeah, it's old." And Nate's like, "We've been here long enough for bread to get moldy?" Yeah, bro. We've been here like 10 days, bro. It's time to go home. Let's go.
It's crazy, man.
It was
What
like
an
the fresh
experience.
deli bread. Like it's good.
Yeah.
You only
Yeah.
got a few days.
Yeah,
on
no,
it.
you only got so much. But yeah, just like he was like, "We've been here this long?"
I was like, I need my bed.
Ran out of dry shoes.
I bet.
Oh,
Almost ran
gosh.
out of socks.
Almost ran out
Yep.
of socks. I had one pair left.
Ooh.
It was fun. It was quite the adventure, man.
I think the most fun was going out the last night. I had a poncho on with flashing bunny ears, and
Oh.
everyone called me the Easter Bunny, and that was
Everybody.
hilarious.
I just the thought of Matt 6'2" giant
Dude.
Matt walking around with bunny ears. Like,
Hilarious,
Flashing bunny ears. It was really funny.
I was literally with the Easter Bunny and DJ Khalid all week, all night. That's what everybody
yeah,
called.
everyone.
We show up to a bar like, "Hey, look who's here!" And we're like,
They were
"All
like,
right."
the Easter Bunny and DJ Khaled. I was like, I'm DJ Khaled.
I keep telling people, "Hey, I'll see you later. I'll see you in April." I think Easter's in April. I don't know.
somewhere
Can't
around there.
remember.
Good enough.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
NASCAR, I'm still salty. You didn't let me wave the flag.
That was really
I think
funny.
it was personal, actually.
I do too.
They gave
I
you the
do
middle.
too.
they
I
gave-
tried, bro. I tried.
That's it. NASCAR gave you the middle finger.
no.
I knew
yeah,
it.
literally.
Someone did.
No,
Entire
but I was
sporting
about
complex.
to walk over there and make them drag me off. I was
What
like,
are
the
you-
last perfect photo would be me holding on to the flags with two cops pulling on me.
You get the drone right on you.
This marks Speed Week's attempt number 1 to wave a green flag. I'm gonna keep it going.
One day you'll get it, man.
You're the kind of person though that like literally would be like, I'm gonna keep trying, and then like next year you're gonna be like there.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Jake is the
That
kind of
seems to
person
be
that can do
happening.
that. Jake is the kind of person that will make crap like that happen somehow. All right.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add?
Hey, many thanks to the nice hospitality of the Alloy people.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice, man. Got to hang out with quite a bit of them. It was awesome. Good people. Real race fans. Real race fans. Love it. So that's it. That's it for me.
Okay. Anyone else?
Atlanta next week, baby. The Daytona 500 was a success. Your boy William Byron, number 24, takes it at the white flag. No green and white checker.
Oh my god.
They wrecked like crazy. Chastain couldn't handle it. Brad couldn't handle it. Nobody else got it, but
That's
my boy got it.
All right. And on that note-
Everybody gets lucky.
Yep. It happens. So if you guys enjoy this, definitely like, share, subscribe to YouTube for us, and also follow us on social. We've got, like I said, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is the other one. I got to remember all these things. I can't remember them. There's too
You need
many.
to write it down.
Yes. It's almost like if I had a computer, I could remember this.
Or a note system.
All right. We're going to call it there, y'all.
All right.
We'll see y'all next week after Atlanta.
Yee yee.
Peace out.